Welcome everyone, welcome to World of Warship and to Let's Talk Ships. And today I've been thinking to give you some advice. What cruiser line do I recommend, especially if Royal Navy battleships are coming in the next patch. So basically what I'm trying to say for the future, what is the stronger, what is the best cruiser to take out, or perhaps which tech tree do I recommend? And we have here my beloved Mogami. I used to love her to death. When I played with her, I have just awesome, great time when I unlocked her for the first time. But now to the question, what cruiser do I recommend when Royal Navy battleships are arriving in the next patch? And the answer is very, very simple, guys. None. The cruiser line are all dead, in my opinion, and the only reason you want to play a cruiser is to become food for German battleships, US battleship, and especially Royal Navy battleships. I honestly believe that Wargaming they need to buff all cruisers, especially after the next patch or so, when deciding to mess up with IFHE Nerf -8% to put enemy on fires, and the smoke penalty. And now let's talk about biggest change between Mogami and Kutuzov. Mogami's range 15.7, Kutuzov 19.2. She is as big as I don't know, Scharnhorst. It's even bigger. I'm talking about the Mogami. Mogami is made of citadels. You cannot angle like this. You have to be lucky as hell to not be citadel from all over the places. She is one citadel duck. How should I say? In my opinion, all cruisers in the near future are doomed. Probably beside very few. I'll talk about which cruiser I still have. I think they have a chance in the next patch when everybody will play battleships and destroyers. Wargaming, I'll give you two challenges. You take any regular non-premium tier 7 cruisers, not 1, 2, versus me in training room, and I'll take HMS Nelson. Now, come on guys, 2 cruisers versus 1 battleship, it should be easy win for Wargaming. But keep that in mind, Wargaming, that with my Delta flag I have 1488 HP regenerate a second. I will regenerate 29,700 HP pool in 20 seconds. My questions to you, it's very simple, my dear viewers. Do you think that HMS Nelson, HMS Lion and Conquer can be killed with fires by HE spammers? The answer is no. They don't feel, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I received 3 fires, not 2, and I was not afraid when I was in HMS Lion, because all of you guys can, you know, have this opportunity to test them. HMS Lion, HMS Nelson and Conquer, they go from completely almost dead to half of the HP in seconds. What I'm trying to say, folks, it's because of the concealment and because of the cruisers, they kind of lost their power. And especially in the next patch when Wargaming decide to nerf IFHE, because here's the deal, we have 15 guns, but the problem with Mogami, and this is the biggest problem with all cruisers, beside 1, Kutuzov, they all have short range. Do you really think HMS Lion, when they see you at your max range, 14, 15 kilometers, you will give a damn if I not try to one-shot you, because this is what gonna happen, guys. And especially it's more kind of feels sad for all cruiser players, tiers 5, 6, 7 and 8, because at tier 9, guys, all cruisers have this option to have plus 16% better range. So my advice to you, Wargame, if you don't like to see only battleships and destroyer in the whole game, and those few cruisers which gonna be played in the next patch, the BB players will say, oh, there's a cruiser, let's nuke it, let's see who's gonna nuke that 1 or 2 cruiser only. And especially from tier 6 all the way to tier 10. And let's talk about the most overpowered cruiser in this game, Kutuzov, 19.2 kilometers. Why should be this goddamn different between 15.7 and 19.2? I'll tell you. When I played with her, Mogami, I had 18.2 kilometers range, 10% faster rate of fire, and today's live version. She was amazing, but they nerfed like crazy. So my advice to you, Wargame, if you listen to my video, you have to do 2 things to all tier 5 to tier 8 cruisers. 1, give them at least 10 to 15% better range. And then give to every single cruiser from tier 5 to tier 8 additional slot. And that slot should be concealment or another rudder. I know it sounds kind of rough, but it really should do, because at least you have slightly chance that you can have even slightly, like 10% better concealment, but that concealment will not help you if you start firing. But then at tier 8, or at least you have option to have additional rudder, so your rudder should be much better than today. So at least if you're active dodging left and right, you have slightly opportunity to maybe not get one shot, because this is the life of a cruiser. I mean, look, it's so wide she is. I'm not saying that she's not fun. Yeah, but the biggest problem is 2 things. It's too huge, big target for a battleship to miss. Even though if probably you're not going to be one-shotted in one salvo, but hell, when you're the only Mogami in the entire game and all are playing BB and Destroyer, how fun is that? And even if I'm playing this Mogami in coop battle, even bots will nuke and citadel the crap out of me. This is how bad or unforgivable all cruisers are. Besides, in my opinion, 2. So, ladies and gents, may I present, there's only one cruiser line I recommend in next patch. Only one. Let's go to patch 3. Ladies and gents, I know that this is gonna be a shitstorm, what I'm gonna say right now. The entire line from cruiser from 1 to tier 10, it's not recommended. And now let's talk about Zhao. Zhao is the best cruiser, today's live version. Alright, Wargaming, challenge number 2. You take this Zhao with 19 points captain, and I'll take HMS Concord with 19 points captain. I challenge you in 50 games. See how much fires you put and how much damage overall you put. I'll only use my HE. Now, my question is to you. This is was used to be the best cruiser in the old goddamn game, with the most percent to put you on fire, with 12 guns and so on, trollish armor and so on. What's the point to play with her when HMS Conqueror will do much more damage each and every game with HE and put higher chance to put your enemy on fire and not got citadel and one-shotter from anyone? Because let's face it, HMS Conqueror might, if a smart player wants to survive entire 20 minutes, will survive at 20 minutes. Zhao cannot survive in 20 minutes. Will do 0 damage if you only hide and use the stealth to not do anything in the battle. And something else, then this is the most thing why I do not recommend the entire line. They lost. the purpose to kill battleships with a G. I repeat, Zhao lost the edge versus what it should be the most scared cruiser in this game. Zhao, today's live version, will put you on fire like there's no tomorrow. But how about if you have such a ridiculous HP regenerate and you heal 100% back? That basically Zhao cannot kill a Conquer, and this is the main question, guys. Conquer can kill you, but you cannot kill him. Is even if let's say you put HMS Conquer on fire, not one fire, not two, but 3 freaking fires, the HMS Conquer player and captain will laugh at your fires and aim at you waterline and try to nuke the hell out of you. And even though the HMS Conquer may be as much as probably 35,000 damage received from Zhao, it will heal everything back. Every single one back in couple seconds, and then has so much HP there will kill. So this is wargaming you don't understand. The cruiser line are all dead. There's no points to play with any cruiser whatsoever, besides 2 or 3. But this line not recommended. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to Russian. Do I recommend this line? In the next patch, when Bujonis and Shorts and Chapaev's 155 millimeters guns will be worthless, without AFG, the entire line, it's a pile of crap beside one. I do not recommend this line beside one, guys. This monster, because this monster, it's not a cruiser, it's a battle cruiser. What do you mean? Well, here's the deal. When I play with this cruiser, it's like playing with Izumo. You staying like that and come and take your best shot. Yeah, and if you also stay like that, I use my HE and my fast rate of fire and I burn you to death. And I have armor to do it. Oh man, for a crowd out loud. Where's the goddamn armor? From here, guys, is 50 millimeters. I have better armor than HMS Conqueror and HMS Lion. Not from here, but here. So angled, this thing, it's a monster. This is the only cruiser together with 2 others that I do recommend. But now, guys, I'm not talking about just the Russian. This is the only Russian cruiser I recommend. All rest of them, they are a pile of crap. But Bujon is good. It's a big target. That thing I struggle as hell. Today's live version. Remember this, soon all players will play battleship and destroyers only. Now, guys, let's go to the next one. We're not going to take the Germany yet, but we are going for UK. Neptune, when she's in the smoke, she will be detected at 6.5 kilometers when she's using the guns, which basically means that Kagero or Yugomo can spot her, send the torps, and she's been deleted. If the torps will not do the job, her size, which is as big as a battleship and made of citadel, will one-shot kill this cruiser. It's absolutely, in my opinion, after this smoke change, a pile of crap, and the entire line are weak, especially if they are messing up with their smokes. None recommend none of them. Alright, what's the next one? We have the French. French, actually, I do highly recommend, because the French cruiser line, it's using this speed boost. This is not a regular engine boost. It's lasting for actually 270 seconds, and from tier 8, 9 and 10, but especially tier 9 and 10, you're a speed monster. You are trying to speed as long as you ever can, and try to do as as good, but it's difficult playstyle. You're not a slow. From especially tier 9 and 10, you're one hell of a fast cruiser using your guns, pretty good guns, and it's actually recommended this line, to be honest with you. It's not just that you're strong, because once again, Algeria cannot, I repeat, cannot kill with guns HMS Lion. Yes, and HMS Nelson. That's the thing. Nelson has crazy heal, HMS Lion has crazy heal, and she's kind of a big and can be also one-shotted about those Nelsons and Lion's guns. So that's the thing. But tier 9 and tier 10, they have a little bit more speed, and that's the reason you may argue that it's a different playstyle. You are a long HE spammer. We have here the best. Here's the deal. This is a tier 7, 17.9 kilometers. The Mogami has 15.9. What the hell is wrong with you, wargaming? Or you drinking too much vodka or something? It's the difference between this cruiser and let's say Miyoko. Yeah, this is the best thing about Miyoko. Almost two. Yeah, let's see what is the Miyoko, because I would like to see. Miyoko is supposed to be, it was my favorite tier 7 cruiser, and I loved her like crazy. Miyoko, RP Miyoko. Oh, I do have Miyoko as well here. Alright, let's just go for Miyoko. The main biggest problem with Miyoko is this 15.6 kilometers guns. They reload slow, and it's 15, it's not good enough. You have to come, let's say, 12, 13 kilometers away from a battleship, but the battleship will have no struggle whatsoever to nuke you, and nuke you hard. And I kind of feel sorry each and every time I'm aiming to the Miyoko, because Miyoko has so garbage range versus a battleship that honestly believe that you can spot this cruiser, you can kill her at 18 kilometers, but she cannot fire back, wargaming. She cannot fire goddamn back. How fair is that someone is aiming at you and can delete you, but you cannot fire back because you don't have the goddamn range or the speed. It's not bad speed or the rudder to get away. Put the goddamn all tier 5, tier 6 additional slot, and put so you can have better rudder, and concealment. Or you can choose between concealment or the rudder. This is, you have to do it, because otherwise, if you don't do it, the question is simple. I do not recommend any cruiser in the next patch. Besides one, I kind of forgot, guys. There's one cruiser line I did not talk about. This is, I recommend. It's the German, and this is the only line I highly recommend. What do you mean, Zerra? Well, I'll tell you a secret. This is Rune, alright? And let's talk about her guns. What makes her so goddamn special? It's actually her guns. First, they are rail guns. You aim, you will hit the damn target. You have this option to, I'm talking about the upgrades. You can upgrade this thing to amazing plus 16%, which it's it's a good option. But I honestly believe that the range of 17.8, it's not bad. Sure, you can have a bigger, close to a battleship range, plus 16%. But why I urge you to play this line, and in my opinion this line in the next patch when they nerf the IFHE. You already have IFHE. You as any battleship, you will never in the future receive so much high damage as the Germans, and especially the Hindenburg. Let's go to the Hindenburg with 12 guns. They have built IFHE inside. You don't need the goddamn perk to so my main thing is that German cruiser line don't need this stupid expensive 4 points IFHE perk. They will do heavy damage with AP, because come on guys, those guns are amazing. They do what, 925 meters a second, and what is the maximum? 5,900 with AP, which is absolutely the best. 13% to put your enemy on fire. It's not bad. So in my opinion, Hindenburg, it's the options that she really fulfills cruiser. When she are using versus a battleship broadside, it will hit hard with AP. With HE will pen and do damage each and every salvo with those buffed HE shells, because how shall I say, the entire line does not need this stupid broken good, in my opinion, perk, because the German, they have it for free. Matter of fact, I do urge you to have a demo expert, yeah, so you can put even more damage, but they have the whole package. I mean, this thing has torps, this thing has strong AA. There's nothing wrong with this Hindenburg. They are made with this gimmick stuff to deal with all others, cruisers, battleships, and of course destroyers as well. I mean, she's not something special, but I'm talking about the wargame. They give her this high AP performance and HE performance. That's the main things. And they have she has 12 guns. They hit hard like a goddamn truck, especially if you're broadside. And I honestly believe your main target, guys, if you're playing with Hindenburg, it's US battleships and British battleships. What do you mean, Zerra? It's because of their superstructure. I'm talking about, let's say, go to US. Oh, I forgot the US cruiser line. It's a pile of crap, every single one of them. They are, I do not recommend any of those cruisers in the next patch, when they remove the same thing with Cleveland, Pensacola, and so on. What I'm trying to say, guys, it's that it's the armor layout for the US, 38%. Here's 32. So basically a Hindenburg can, everywhere it's aim, it will penetrate with HE and do massive damage, and same thing goes with Brits. So this is the reason I'm talking about, guys. Sure, she can also be hurt back and so on, but it's kind of a trollish and not very easy to nuke down Hindenburg. So yes, guys, please let me know what you think about and I kind of forgot wargaming. Third question: if all cruisers are disappearing, and especially flow tier, because from tier 4 to tier 7, all British battleship have close to 0 in AA. What do you think that this will happen with aircraft carrier? Aircraft carrier, they have their time of the life, because they just have to go and nuke every single battleship, because there's no cruiser to protect them. They have garbage AA from tier 4 all the way to tier 7, and it's a mech at tier 8. Definitely don't have any ridiculous strong like Montana or Alabama at tier 8. Of course, at tier 9 it's different story, but I'm talking about from tier 4 all the way to tier 7. They are just food for aircraft carrier and destroyers. Because let's face it, 2 patches from now there'll be so few cruisers, there'll only be destroyers and battleships. So maybe the destroyers will have a lot of fun, especially the Japanese one. So my final thoughts: what ship to take when the British battleship are coming? Well, I do urge you to take actually Fubuki, Kamikaze R, and Fubuki, Kamikaze R, and Shiratsuyu with 16 torps and with no smoke. But definitely Fubuki. Why Fubuki? Because you'll wreck, and I honestly believe you will do 200,000 damage in the first 4 or 5 days when everyone was playing battleship, and especially the British battleship line will arrive. You will have a laugh. Yep. Thanks guys for watching, and always captains, fair seas and goodbye.